Hey guys, so welcome to my channel. So in this video what we are going to do is we are going to continue our bash scripting tutorial series, and this would be the last video of this series for beginners. Well, why did I say that? Because my main aim was to teach beginners to how to get started with bash scripting, and the info that I have already given in previous videos and now what I am going to give is enough for any beginner to get started with bash scripting. But don't worry, I would be continue to keep uploading videos about some Linux terminal, command line or other things, but it would be independent of this series. Like you won't need to first complete first part of the series and then second part and third part, so that you will be able to understand the other videos that I would upload in future. You can directly just go through it, and that is it. So without wasting our further times, let's get started. So I will go to my YT directory, and I have already made some notes for you, and let's open it. Now I will make a file named as script.sh, and I will give it executable permissions. So here we go. So now in this video we are going to learn about some few more types of loops. So now let's first get to for loop again. Well, here you can see below a code in which I am iterating through number of elements, like these are all elements in this array, and what we are doing here is we are taking length of it, and then in for loop what we are doing is we are iterating through each element that is contained in the array. So if I write this here like sban and bin/bash, and now if I write another array like this, something like I can write names of some Linux shows like Mint, and then Garuda, and something like Arch, and so here I have an array, and now what I would do is I would take a length of it. So for that you have to first use this symbol so that you can put it into a variable, and then you have to use dollar and then curly braces and then hashtag and then ARR, and then in squarely brackets you have to type star. Well, star means all the elements that are there in the array, and here it is completed. And now we would make the for loop for I is equals to 0, then I should be less than dollar and length, and then it should iterate by increment by 1 every time the loops end. And now we will write do and then echo the distro is dollar and then ARR, and then dollar again, and then I, and then here you go, and it is done. There is a little problem. I forgot to put it under curly brackets. well, it is needed if you are working with arrays here. So here it is. So now if I would run the script, so you can see that what it did is that it iterated through every element of the array, and then it did some kind of processing, and then it printed all the messages like the distro is mint, the distro is soda, or other things. So this is how you can iterate through every element of an array while using for loop. Well, now let's move on to another kind of loop, that is while loop. So if I would just paste this out, so what in this while loop is going on is we have defined a variable named cout, and then num is equals to 10, and then what we did in while loop is that we have passed a condition in which until the cout is less than number, that is num variable, it would echo whatever is there in cout variable. And here in this statement you can see that what it is doing is it is basically incrementing cout by 1. You can also increment cout by let $cout plus plus, but it is an old command and nowadays it is preferred like this. So if I just copy it like this and then I yank it and then I paste it here, so you can guess what will happen. Like I run this script, so you can see here it says the number is 0, then the number is 1, and till then to the number is 10, and after that it stops. And why does it started with 0? Because here in cout the value was 0 and we didn't incremented cout before execution of this command. So it first printed like cout is 0, like the number is 0. And if I do something like I first put this here, and now what you would see is that it had did something like this. So why it did something like this? Because I have just shifted the cout command to upside, and you can see here that it has also printed the number is 11, because here in cout we incremented after 10. What it did is that here in the statement there was less than and equal to comparison operator, and in cout if the value was 10, then it said that the condition is true, because 10 is less than or equal to 10 is definitely true. And then after that here it got incremented by 1, so the value that was 10 in cout got incremented and then it became 11, and here you got something like the number is 11, because we incremented it here. And now let's move on to another kind of loop, that is the infinite while loop. So if you want to do some kind of work, like you want to do some kind of operations repeatedly after something like every 2-3 hours or some minutes, so you can use this command. You can use this format to do it. Like you would make it to start at startup, and then it would keep executing after the interval which you have given to it. Here in this while loop you can see that it would echo high after every 2 seconds. And this is the delay, and here after delaying it would execute this. So I like this it to be done in this way. Now if I would copy it and I paste it here, so what it would do is that it would echo high after every 2 seconds. So now if I run this, so it prints first high, after 2 seconds it will print second high, and it will goes on like this forever. And if I suppose I want to do something new in it, like I put a variable in it too. Here, like cout is equals to 0, and then what I do is that I do some kind of thing like I would print the number is, or I think I can make a kind of timer from it, the time. So I would make it like the time is, and then dollar, and then cout. And now what I would do is that I would make it 1 sleeve 1, and then I would use parenthesis double times, and then do cout plus plus, and then that's it. And now if I run this script again, so it will say the number is 0, then the time is like 1, then 2, then 3, and it would go to like this till infinity if I want to close this script. So let's close this. So where you can use such kind of script, like suppose there are some kind of temporary files which used to get generated in your system for some kind of operations, and you want to clean it up after some interval repeatedly. So these kind of repetitive tasks can be automated through such kind of scripts, in which after startup it would keep cleaning such kind of files after every few time interval. And now let's move on to another example of loop, which is infinite for loop. So in this also you can see that what it would do is it would print high after every 1 second. So what it did is, what it would do is it would go high after every 1 second. If I run this, so you can see that I think I didn't write it. So yeah, now it is written in the file. Now I will run this, so it will print high after every 1 second. And you can do the same thing that we did in while loop, and you can have fun with it. Like I can do something like cout equals to 1, and then I do $cout here, and then I will do something like cout plus plus, and then parenthesis will be closed. And now if I do something like this, so it would start counting numbers, and that's it. So now let's move on to another kind of example of loop, and this is the last example of loop in which you can iterate through a file. Like suppose you want to there is some kind of file in which what you want to do is you want to iterate through every element and you want to do some kind of operation in it. So for that, what I would do is I would make an example file, example.txt, and here you can see currently it is empty, so I won't write anything by my own self. I will just generate it here. So I would make it to write some kind of poem. So write a poem of 10 lines. So here it gave me a poem, and I would copy it and paste it here. So now I have a poem, and what I would do is I would iterate through every word in it, and I would write something like the word is this. So if I do something like while, and then read, and then variable, and what this variable is, well, this variable would be the word that would be passed in it. So here we would do some kind of operation like the word is, and then dollar, and then where, and then done. And we would give the path of this file, like just I will copy the path and then I will paste it here, and then it's done. And now what I would do is I would write it, and now I would just run the script. Here you can see that it had iterated through every line. So that's how it works. Like you can iterate through every line that is there in the script. And that's all for this video. I hope you would have liked it, and please subscribe to my channel for upcoming videos. Till then, take care and bye bye.